You are destined for greatness. Let me repeat that. You are destined for greatness. No two ways about it. That's absolutely the truth. And I think that sometimes what we misunderstand greatness to be is that it is about, possibly fame or achievements or the number of followers that you have or the how many people know your name and how big you are, how financially successful you are. Greatness is actually none of those things. I mean, those things can be great, but your greatness is actually defined by your impact. So let's talk about today why you're destined for greatness, how I know you're destined for greatness, and what it is that is calling within you right now. I am so glad that you're joining me today. I am so grateful that you are part of this community and helping me along to grow these messages. This is what I know my purpose is. And so I'm just so grateful every time you join me and tune in and check out what I've got going on. I would love it if you would share this message with someone who you know needs to hear this, or any of my episodes. Thank you so very much for being here. I wanted to talk about this topic today because it's one thing that I hear a lot in sessions with clients, messages that come from our angels and spirit guides that we don't understand honestly how amazing we are and what we are capable of. And so I wanted to speak to you today to remind you of everything that you have within, all that you are and all that you are capable of, and reframe it for you in a way that actually probably makes a little bit of sense and aligns. And I hope that what it will do is bring you a little bit of courage, encouragement, to allow that part of yourself to come forward, whatever that part is. And so every single person on the planet, no matter who you are, where you are, what you are doing, every single person on the planet has a mission. Now, that might sound overwhelming, but don't let it. Let's think about what an actual mission is. It's like when you are in your non-physical form, in your soul form, and you're planning your life, and there's a need on the planet somewhere, somehow, some way. And you're like, I would love to support that. I would love to be light in that way. I'd love to help in this way. And so there are millions of ways that people can be helpful and be of service and be on purpose. And when we are doing those things, that's exactly how we feel, is on purpose. And so there's so many ways for us to do that, for us to experience those things. And your way is the right way. But just know that your soul saw a need for light and you're like, yep, I'm the one. I can do that. I can absolutely bring that. And you decided to come here on a mission to bring your light and your love and your magic. And what can happen when we get here and we are walking the journey is challenges come up and things maybe change, or things happen that change us, and we might forget our mission. We might forget why we really came here in the first place. And so how is it that we begin to remember? How is it that we are, triggered into the memories of who we really are? Well, the way that actually happens is through the challenges that can impact us, through the challenges that you walk through the things that you do that are really hard, that test you, that push you, that stretch you, and in some ways can maybe crack you a little bit. Those are absolutely the ways that bring your true authenticity out, and they actually call upon the greatness within you. Let's think about this for a moment. when you've had challenges in your life, are you still here? Are you still standing? Are you still walking? And not that we don't feel sometimes just a little bit chinked and a little bit, bumped up, but that you're still here. And if you were to tell yourself, hey, guess what you're going to have to overcome in your life? You're going to have to overcome this really hard thing in your life. Ooh, have so much fun with that. You'd be like, no, thank you. No way. But when it happens and you do have to move through those challenges, you actually find that you do and you rise up. And I don't mean that we do it perfectly all the time, nor do I want to tell you that I do either. There is just as many things in my life that I can go kicking and screaming towards, not wanting to do them or deal with them or handle them. But we end up making our way through. That's just the truth. And so the wounds, the challenges aren't here to break you. They're actually here as an initiation, as a wake up, as uh, a way to ignite within you something that you have always carried all this time. That's just how incredible you are. Think about every story that has inspired you. So, where you have listened to a story of somebody else and they've shared their life story and their life journey and how they've moved through the world and things that they have done, the inspiration that you feel and the parts that you connect to are the parts where somebody expresses something that they went through that was challenging for them. And you see how it kind of like woke up something within them. And then they became this person, but they didn't become that until they moved through those challenges. And so this is very true of you. And so, if you were to think about the things that have challenged you in your life and how you have transformed because of those challenges, whether it was a health challenge, whether it was like a social setting challenge, whether it was a relationship challenge, all of those things they're going to shape you and they're going to make you care about some things more than others. And that is a part of bringing out your purpose and allowing you to be a little bit more of who you actually are. And so you're the hero of your own story, so to speak. You are literally walking a hero's journey. And you may look up to other people as a hero to you. And I would say to you, look inward a little bit here and see how you have overcome things that you wouldn't have ever thought to have been possible. And not only how you've overcome them, but you've come out the other side and you're stronger and more resilient because of it. And your knowledge and your wisdom is deeper because of it. This is absolutely you walking the path of your own hero's story. Within a hero's journey, every single story has like the moment of darkness where somebody chooses to rise. And because you are the main character of your own life, I want you to maybe reflect upon those things for yourself and think about how you have absolutely done this in your life. And your soul exists with the exact right combination of light, of characteristics and qualities that make you you, for you to bring that exact light to the surface. And when we stop running from the things that have challenged us or the things that have caused us pain, and we instead begin to honor what has happened, acknowledge how strong we've been, acknowledge the things that we've got through, it really allows us to move more and more into our purpose and into the mission that we came here to work on and to hopefully complete. And so challenges have never, ever been about punishing you. They've never been about like, oh, you got some bad karma coming. You must have done something terrible in a past life. It's never about that. The challenges were here to break open the light within you and allow that light to shine. That's the absolute truth. These challenges were your initiation. They were the wake-up call for you. And so let yourself be awoken. Absolutely look into what it is that you have done, overcome, worked through, or that maybe you're still working through. And think, yeah, I'm kind of a badass, aren't I? I actually, like, maybe I am a little bit more than I thought. That's a really beautiful perspective. When you walk in alignment with your truth, so much more joy follows your path. So much more joy on your journey. And your authenticity, as I've said before, and I'll say again, is the most important part of you. And however it is that you are authentic to you, this is what's going to bring forward the most beautiful parts of your being. When you walk in alignment with your authenticity, life begins to feel more like flow instead of like fight. It doesn't feel like pushing up against things. It doesn't feel like you're batting your head against a wall. When you walk in authenticity, meaning that you are being true to you, that you are saying yes to the things you want to say yes to, no to the things that you want to say no to, and that you are honoring your own path or your own journey. That's how you are being true to yourself. And so right now, in this very moment, there is something that is speaking to you. There's something that is speaking to you right now. And it is a calling. Perhaps it is a knowing. It is a deep down feeling. It is something. And maybe if you can't even fully name it, but you understand what I'm saying to you and you have the feeling of something is in there, something's in there, that's a good enough start. Just acknowledging that something is there and it's kind of tugging at you and saying hello, letting you know that it is in existence. This is absolutely where we begin. And it may be that it is just whispering to you now. It may be that it has been whispering for a while. And it may be that it is something that you have put aside because it feels too complicated, too big. We don't understand. We don't see how we could make it work. It feels too uncertain. It's not steady enough, or it's not something that we could really like make a life with. Who knows what the reasons are, but there can be absolutely, we can make a million excuses as to why we don't want to step into that or do the work that we came here to do. And so I want to say to you this, that pull that you have isn't random, and it is not going to go away. It's going to stay tugging at you. And how it comes out when it is ignored is through, feelings of frustration, feelings of, I feel like I should be doing something different. I just don't know what it is. It can be feelings of feeling unhappy. It can be feelings of feeling like you can't, there's something there, but you just can't maybe quite put your finger on it. So if you have these feelings inside, you're not doing anything wrong, but maybe it is time for you to listen, to tune into them and to pay attention to them and to allow them to speak a little bit and to be heard. And so I ask you today, will you listen to those feelings and will you acknowledge if you have them? And will you just let a little bit of them speak so that you can get closer and closer to the understanding of what it is they are trying to tell you? One of the things that I know is a fantastic way to think about, what part of your greatness entails is think about the reasons why people come to you. Like, what do people always ask you for? What are people always like, oh, if I know I can count on a person to do this, I know that they'll help me with this. I know that they'll help me with that. Or even if you're in a place in public and you are surrounded by strangers? Do people ask you for help for a certain thing? Do people seek you out? Do people know that you are just a person that they can count on, or that they can feel safe with? So what are the ways that you are helpful in the world? And what are the ways that people naturally seek you out to be helpful for? That's a really good cue as to what is on purpose for you, and ways that you are naturally really good at being of service. And when you understand that you have a vibration that is not like anybody else's, that it is absolutely, completely 100% true to you, that it is very like specific to you, that even if somebody else in the world is doing something similar, so there's more than one veterinarian in the world, there's more than one doctor in the world, there's more than, one psychic in the world, but it is the vibrational frequency that will make your impact exactly the way that it needs to land. So I really want to encourage you to spend some time thinking about what it is that is close, near, and dear to your heart. What ways have you been challenged? What things have awoken within you through those challenges? What do you now know with your wisdom and your understanding? And what matters to you in the world because of all of this? What is really important to you? And so you don't have to paint a Picasso. You don't have to seek out fame. What I would encourage you to do is to absolutely leave a beautiful ripple in your wake. That's impact. And some of the most beautiful people that I've ever met or known have no platform, no followers, no anything like that. And they are some of the greatest people that I've ever met. Think about this in your life. You may have somebody in your life who you would say, oh yeah, that's an incredibly great person. It's because their impact on you has been felt deeply, profoundly. It's been appreciated by you. And so this is the mission that you came here to work on, to complete. And it doesn't have to be big and complicated and scary and overwhelming. It is the way that you carry yourself through each and every day. Think about the people who've made an impact on you in your life. And what was it about their vibration that you really appreciated? And how can you begin to embody more of that for yourself, embracing your own authenticity, embodying that greatness in a way that's not like walking around the world going, hey, I'm so great, look over here. I don't mean that. I mean in a way that you just carry yourself through the world with incredible integrity, so much love, so much light, and looking for ways to bring your love and light to the surface. So that's my message for you today. I wanted you to know how incredibly great you are. And when people ask me about the world and the state that things are in, and the flux and flow and change that we are working through, yeah, it can be overwhelming. But this is why I know that the world is going to be okay. This is exactly how I know that we're totally going to be fine. Because every single person on the planet came here on a mission, and on a mission of greatness. This is the awakening that we are in right now. We are awakening to this, remembering to this knowledge. And I'm betting you that you have had conversations, maybe within your own self, maybe with others who are looking to maybe make changes in their life and changes to what it is that they are doing. and wanting to live in a way that feels more authentic to them. This is all part of this awakening as we are doing and choosing this. And so my hope is that you will choose this for yourself, that you will absolutely understand that within you there is nothing but greatness, no matter what you think of yourself or how your ego has beat you up. That's the absolute truth. And so I hope that you'll come back to that, center in that energy, and that there is the exact need in the world for the exact light that you carry within you, for the exact light codes that you carry within you. And the ways that you choose to bring that forward is the journey that you were here and that you meant to take. I'm so grateful for you. And thank you so much for taking time to tune into and to add some beautiful words into your energy as opposed to other choices. I want to encourage you to do more of that, looking for inspiration, taking in beautiful words and beautiful energy. There's enough of the other stuff out there. We don't need more of it. So thank you so much. And thank you for sharing this message with someone that you love today. Until next time, only love and light to you, and only love and light from you.